Rick, I never told you. I never. We've never really talked about it or anything like that. That kid Reed. That kid used to love me, man.
Oh, I know he did. He
I
did.
don't know if you knew that or not. How much you knew?
I know. Are you kidding? He loved the
That kid
gimmick. He
used to
loved it.
follow me
He,
everywhere.
he followed you around like you owed him money. I
I
know.
swear he was like my kid, man. And
Yeah.
I
I
just,
tell you, he loved Booker. He loved the Nasty Boys.
I swear, man.
Yeah.
And I miss that kid, man. I miss
He thought, oh God, me too, man. It'll be 10 years in March, huh? Time flies, huh? Bet it about killed me, guys. I'm not shitting you.
Oh, I know it. I already know. I was there with you.
Yeah, I know, but I mean, aside from being sick 5 years ago, that I never drank so much in my entire life.
I know it. I know it. I was there with you.
Yeah.
I was there with you.
Yeah, I'll be honest with you, I can't apologize for that because I didn't know what else to do. Either drink or kill myself.
You know what? I remember
because because his mom blamed it on me because he was on my watch, and the truth was it was on my watch. But I mean, I let him out of my sight for 2 hours to go buy some Nike tennis shoes. He loved, right? The only time he was out of my sight, and somehow in the 2 hours he got hooked up, and that because we were sitting there, I was watching Villanova play somebody in the NCAA finals, Del Frisco's. He left with Wendy. Wendy went to bed. I came back, knocked on the door. What was happening? I was buying a new home, and had just moved out of this real tricked out apartment I had, and I just bought a new house, so I was staying at the Residence Inn in a suite, and I was there for 2 months. So that's why I was at that hotel, and I went in to check on him, and there he was. And he was. I've seen him like it 1,000 times. I mean, I wish I could say I'm embellishing. I've seen him like it 100 times.
Yeah.
But it seems like 1,000. So I just put him in bed. I was so mad. I mean, it's so spot on, it's so real. I got up in the morning, went over and met my daughter, which she talks about in the documentary. And I said, I don't even know whether I should take him to WrestleMania. That's why he came back from Japan. And she said, Dad, you got this thing about kicking with a curb. That's overrated too, that statement. You just can't kick your kid to the curb.
Yeah.
And have him die somewhere you don't know where he is, right? So I was told that 1,000 times. You should have kicked him to the curb. You would have learned, right? Really? So, but I went back, opened the door, and man, this same exact medical team that had been there 5 times, guys. He had been airlifted from a small hospital in Charlotte to the big one. They're talking about this young man in the hospital. Think about this. The last time he was on life support, he was on life support 4 different times before he died. The last time his oxygen level was 42 for 12 hours.
Wow.
The doctor called me in. He said, "You'll call the family in because if he wakes up, he'll be brain dead." So now, I've already died there. I think I left and got a 6-pack right there because I got to go back to the family room and tell everybody what's going on. So that was really hard. And then he woke up, and there's not a goddamn thing wrong with him.
Wow.
It's like he just sat up and went, what's going on? And I looked at him, and the doctor looked at me and went, he actually pulled me aside. He said, I've never seen anything like this in my entire life.
Wow.
He shouldn't be able to think, much less be normal.
Wow.
Time before that, life support, he woke up, he couldn't use his right leg for 6 months. So, I mean, these are stories I haven't shared with anybody.
Wow.
But since the subject's coming up,
I appreciate it.
We've been through some shit. I mean, I put him in rehab. I mean, here's how slick he was. Book. I've never told this story. So he's in Sierra, Tucson, right? And Eddie DiBartello, right?
Yeah.
His daughter was there. So Beth asked his mom and asked to go to visit him, and he's having lunch with her, the 4 of them. So Beth calls me and said he's met a friend there. I go, okay. So how is this? I'm already my wheels are already turning. He's slick.
Yeah.
It's my kid, okay. So from there, he's supposed to fly. I buy him a ticket and all this. U.S. Air, I'll get all set up. He's supposed to fly from there to Denver to go to another rehab center where they climb mountains and all that to help him rehab his leg and all that, right? Okay, I get it. It's called, I can't think of it. Sierra Tucson was in Tucson. I can't think of the name of the one in Denver, but and then the funny thing was it's not cost effective because he had not signed the WWE contract. So this is all, and these guys don't take credit cards, just cash. So we're talking about 60 grand a pop. So I get a phone call from my friend at the airline, said Reed didn't make the flight. I said, what do you mean he didn't make the flight? He didn't show up for the flight. Because I'm tracking him. I'm a professional tracker at this point. I got a private eye checking him out. And thank God, John Collins, I call him Rambo. So I can't find him for 2 days. Now I think, oh my God, he killed me. He went and shacked up at the Marriott with the chick for 2 days. he just walked out, shacked up with the chick for 2 days, and then called me and said, Dad, I missed my plane. I said, oh, no shit. Where the fuck are you? No shit. You 2 days you missed the plane. Where are you? And then he showed up, got in the plane and went. But I mean,
wow.
Yeah, that's a lot, right?
Yeah, man, it is. It's hard, man.
No, I can laugh about it now, but it wasn't funny back then, man.
I tell you, man.
When I found out, when I realized how bad it was,
that
all he ever wanted to wear was my dad's Rolex watch. And so Beth said, "We're not giving it to him. He'll do something." I said, "Well, never." He wanted that Rolex watch so bad. So finally, I talked Beth into giving it to him, and I couldn't find him for 5 days. And then there's nothing worse than not being able to find your child. I mean, you watch these shows on TV, right?
Yeah.
This guy that worked for me kicked down the door of a place, off duty, off-duty cop, and there he was. The watch was gone. He sold the watch to buy drugs.
God.
That's when I knew we had a problem.
Yeah.
That's bad. In heroin is not. It's not an addiction. It's a disease.
Yeah.
It just is. I mean, that's basically what the resolve that the doctor kept telling me. But then you spend 4 years, trying to figure out how to forgive yourself.
Yeah.
And the spouse, it's your fault. I mean, I had to live with that. Yeah. That's when they put me in rehab, and the guy goes, "What?" So I finally at rehab. I didn't want to share what was bothering me. Finally, one day I just read the text she sent me, and they went, "Oh my God, no wonder you're drinking." Yeah, no shit.
Yeah.
Still drinking.
Hey man, I can.
No, after seeing that, I mean, it's almost like I had to relive it again. It's that close.
I mean, just to share with you, I can feel somewhat what you're going through, Rick, because unlike you, I mean, I didn't lose my son the way you lost your son. I mean, but I don't know if you remember me bringing my son around in WCW back in the day. 35 now, and
your son's still living, right?
Yeah, but
gosh,
but I lost him too. He ended up doing the same thing I did when I was coming up. Getting locked up, and he's got like 30 years. And
he is now.
Yeah, and
he's serving time now.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. Fuck, I'm sorry, man.
It was in my documentary that they did on A&E. I mean, I could talk about it, because when you're out there on the road, you think you're doing the right thing, and then my son, he had to walk in my footsteps. He had to live up to that. I'm sure it was tough. And I still talk to him. I'm still supporting him now. But trust me, I know exactly
it's hard. Trying to walk in the footsteps of somebody that's all he wanted. And that I had never seen that piece where he's talking about me either, because that was all brand new, because they were going to put that in the. They were going to put that in the. I think they did that a long time ago, and they were going to put it in the ESPN documentary. And so I'd never seen that where he's talking about me and all that. But I mean, we were like this. His book knows. I took him everywhere, man.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I took him to Japan to wrestle in the nationals. I mean, we were, anyway, I'm not complaining. I didn't mean to change the momentum.
Oh, man, no, heck no. I just wanted to go there, man.